So what does this mean? Well, the meaning of this history is that the preamble to every state constitution, the Georgia Constitution, Minnesota, California, Arizona, all of them, and as it turns out, to the United States Constitution itself, call all citizens to exercise republic teamwork principles. And republic teamwork principles, turns out they have a couple of components. And why now? Well, the cultural climate is right. All you have to do is flip open the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the AJC, read the headlines these days, and you realize people's concern over the way the country is going in the economy, over the way it's going on the social issues that matter so much to families, and you will understand why the cultural timing is right and ripe for the change of the All-American Citizen Team. Not a reinvention, but a recognition of our roots. The technological climate is providing near universal access now. For the first time in human history, someone in the remotest part of the world theoretically can get their hands around the technology to implement the principles of the All-American Citizen Team and share it with their home base. There is no glorified hierarchy. There is no controlling force where power is consolidated into one. It is more organism-based than organizationally based. In 1972, if you recall, the Georgia General Assembly enacted the Stop Drugs at the Source resolution. This was a resolution being put forth by the Georgia General Assembly. And what this basically was an enactment of a petition campaign, which started a nationwide movement to protect children from the impact, in this case, of illicit drugs. The campaign quickly became one of the most successful campaign drives in the nation's history. Over 3 million signatures and government officials signed on to the Stop Drugs at the Source treaty without the aid of the internet. There was a problem, however. The campaign, as the team discovered, addressed a peripheral issue in society, that of the impact of illicit drugs. The fundamental issue, however, was a lack of civic literacy. What they found was that with an understanding of civic literacy and the way that government works, a sovereign, self-governing people could effect the changes they needed to effect to stop the impact of illicit drugs on children. As it turns out, all efforts, citizen efforts, and actions to date have operated with this same flaw. We use the First Amendment principles that grant us the right to express, assemble, and petition. You think of the rallies that we have. You think of the drives that we have. But it's not self-governance. It is a petition to a power outside of ourselves in our elected officials. Think of it this way. We, the people, as our founders understood, drive the bus. We, the people, as our founders understood, direct the bus, which is government, where it goes. The drivers of the bus are our elected officials, but we will never get where we want to go as a people if we do not express and practice self-governance. It takes our direction for our elected representatives to drive us in the direction we want to go. So what was the solution? Our Republic Walk is a family-to-family, community-to-community national exercise in self-government. It was based on the principle Thomas Jefferson put forth when he said, "To be ignorant and free never was and never will be." You cannot long preserve our republic system of government without an educated public. Albert Einstein put it this way after building the bomb when he reflected on his life and said, all these mechanisms of preventing warfare and waging warfare are limited in what they can accomplish, and we shall require a new way of thinking if mankind is to survive. Turns out there needs to be a system shift. To move from problem to solution requires a system shift. We're not protesting, we're promoting. In order to fulfill our original intent as our founding fathers and the founding documents intended, as a nation, we must move from a competitive mindset to a collaborative one. Our current system is a democracy race. As a general rule, Americans believe our system of government is a democratic one, is democracy. Our founders intended a constitutional republic. They feared a democracy as unraveling into anarchy if left to its own means. We currently live in a competitive system. Our founders intended a collaborative system. It wasn't all about impressing the person when they pulled up at the traffic light or having the power to the exclusion of those around us. It was collaborating with others to elevate the whole. We currently live in a race mindset. We become very reactive rather than responsive. We don't give a lot of thought to many of the decisions that we make. Our founders' intended system of our Republic walk is a measured system where we respond given the information that we have to work with. And our current system is a matter-based system. We're motivated by materialism. We're motivated by the impression that we will give someone at a traffic light that we've never met before and will never see again when we pull up in that nice, shiny red Corvette. Well, our founders intended a system of the mind. It was motivated by proper intention. How's about a for example? George Washington would not accept a salary as our first president. He had the same practice when he was our general during the Revolutionary War. He denied a salary. All he would submit was an expense report because his role, he saw, was motivated by proper intention, not simply material gain.